All right, we're here on this hobby farm today. There's a massive poplar that just keeps dropping limbs over by the chicken coop. So we're gonna see if we can rig it for one-piece takedown. Should be pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna head up the poplar and we're going to maybe just clean it up a little bit and then rope that balsam that's got to come out, and then we'll have a pull rope in the balsam. We'll be able to knock that guy out of the way, and then this whole thing we're going to try to feed. They just took out a section of fence. That pole is down in the ground a few feet and it's frozen, so there's no way it's coming out. So we're going to have to try to fell this thing kind of between the two posts. I hope that it stays put, that it doesn't jump from one side to the other. And then we got to try to get all these widowmakers out of here that are all caught up in the other trees around. But he's got his chicken coop right here with his chickens and his turkeys in there and stuff like that. And this thing's just been dropping pieces like all over the place. We're gonna save the chickens.
I was walking here this fall. I saw that tree, big, huge branch hanging on top of my brother and another guy working there. They haven't seen it. So I told them, look up there, you wanna get killed? So starting there, we told Michael, the owner of the place, and he actually called the one and only Woodroy to take care of that killing tree.
These mature poplars like this, they have this mega thick bark on them. So the spurs sometimes are really only in the bark and they're not in the wood. So you really got to make sure every time you're taking a step that your spurs are in properly. This thing's got a pretty gnarly wonk. I'd say for the first 30 feet, it's leaning house side, and then it kind of straightens back up. We got to make sure that the weight of the come along, we got to try to counter that weight. And then hopefully the tree is nice and full in the bottom. Hopefully it's not hollow or anything, and then we'll be able to pull this whole thing over just one shot. Good old winter climbing. Trees are frozen, so they're a lot harder. Yeah, this tree is pretty much done. And you look at the condition of the branches that came out of there. They're all full of mushrooms and pretty much just looks like that wood's like styrofoam in there now. Definitely a justified takedown. You can see how much ice forms on these poplars. Like the bark is so thick and all the water gets in there and freezes. So it's just like a giant frozen candy cane. So you really got to climb smart when you're in these because it's very easy to get a D-spur. And send a couple branches down. Thing's very bulky and frozen. So we want to try to get the pull rope up nice and high so we can get some good leverage in this beast, because there really is a good amount of weight going the opposite side. So I'm just gonna keep going up some more. Higher you go, the smaller it gets, so it gets a little bit easier to climb. This thing's just so bulky right now. Hey, heads up. I think probably just right up in this crotch here, I think the pull rope would be enough. Darren, what do you think? Yeah, I'd say right up in there is pretty damn good. All right, that's some pretty decent leverage there like that. And then just got to set up another pull rope up in this guy here. So I'll just clean this up a little bit. I'm just gonna cut a few branches, Darren, from the balsam. Okay, we'll get a little lifeline going here. I'll be able to just reach over and rope that guy because that guy's got to go too. All right, put that right there. I'm at as far as my buck line to let me go here, so pull this guy down a bit. There we go. Oh, yes. All right. All right, hopefully this makes it over.
Ready to go. We got it rope up in the tree, and Justin's gonna go up the tree a little bit because there's a fence. We gotta pop it over, and it's stuck in the fence. So he's gonna notch it, cut it, and I'm gonna pull it down. Easy speasy.
Just do a really good job, Darren.
Always do.
Save it. But you see that big poplar branch there, eh?
Yeah, I'm not worried about that by angle.
Okay.
I just don't want it to rest into that old bed balsam.
From here, it looks like you're gonna have to really fight that balsam branch, that poplar branch, sorry. Looks good? Okay. Hold up. Don't pull. Okay. That stupid poplar branch, eh? It's all your fault. You said it was going to be okay. Yeah, if you're pulling from there, it'll come no problem. I'll come pull with you if you want. Yeah, like there's no more hinge on this side. It's really caught in that on that poplar. So maybe we could just muscle it over. Geez, you got to lay off that slim fast, buddy.
Look at that.
You're too light.
Yeah.
Here she comes. I have to do all the work.
I only needed 5%.
Yeah, it was like the equivalent of when you're trying to bench and you're missing like that extra just 2 pounds of pressure from the 2 fingers. Yeah. All right. Now we can see what we're up against here. Just gonna come up here and make a nice clean cut on this pole. This is just gonna be a fence post now, but I mean, anytime you're topping a tree, you always wanna make a nice clean cut on an angle so that it doesn't rot from the top down. So every time it rains, the water will just ride off, because if you cut it and you leave it flat, it'll rot a lot quicker. Yeah. Now for the fun part. So we got him to remove a section of fence here. Ideally, we're gonna put the tree, just try to split the difference between the two poles. I'm hoping this thing's just gonna sit down nice and not jump to one side or the other. If it's gonna jump to one side, it'll probably wanna hop over towards the steel pole there. It's in the ground a few feet, but I don't want to bend that. So we're gonna try to just get this thing to rest down nice and smooth. The job here today was really just to put this tree down safe. to get rid of the other cracked balsam, because then once this tree's gone, it's just going to be kind of by itself, like in front of the chicken coop, and he wants to expand a bit as well. So that tree's just going to kind of be a problem in the future. But this is the main guy here that's really dangerous with all the pieces up there, all the mushrooms and everything, and it's just falling apart. So I don't feel bad about taking this guy down. So the wood looks pretty dandy. I'm just gonna fix up my notch. I just wanted to see what the wood looked like on the inside. I'm just gonna make it a little nicer. Yeah, I like that. You got good tension on the rope yet, or? Okay, I'll start going in slowly with the back cut. She's starting to come. I'm gonna leave it with about a 4-inch hinge like that. You wanna get ready on that tail, Darren? Because the come along is gonna go full loose. Yeah. So just make sure once it starts coming, you can just kind of guide it. Oh, okay, just keep going on the come along. It's almost there. There she goes. Woo! All right. Beauty. Straight pipe, baby. Good job, les buddies. Excellent. There she goes. Woo! All right. So everything went well. We managed to fell the tree exactly where it needed to go. So save the chicken and the turkeys. Everybody's happy. And we might take a little break over the holidays. So I wish everybody a very safe Christmas. See you on the next one.